Sunday, a lead came in from Limo Marketer. Thank you very much, Mark. And they called. They This was Easter Sunday, obviously, and I could tell they were calling around. And I am the type of person that I won't really say no. I'll say let's find out, right? So they wanted to do a sprinter transfer from Palm Beach to Jupiter. I gave them a couple of options, but they had wanted to do a transfer from Palm Beach to Jupiter. I gave them a couple of options. This is Easter Sunday in the afternoon, and they need to land in 2 hours. I gave them a couple options, a stock sprinter or a custom sprinter. I did not have an idea of what was going to happen. So I told them, here are some rough estimates. Let me see what I can do. And let me check availability because Easter Sunday, and let me get back to you. And I went out and I confirmed with my affiliates that I could do something, and the price was pretty good. And instead of me keeping the profit, I immediately added value. So I had told them a certain price. I was able to take $60 off that price, saying, hey, I found you a better deal than I even expected, even though it's Easter Sunday. Let's go ahead and book this, and you can choose between a couple of options or whatever. And instead of choosing the stock one, he chose the executive, right? He upgraded to executive. My affiliate knocked it out the park, as he always does. He's amazing. They love the bus. This is the client the lead who called in is a PJ operator, like a charter guy, and his client is who he was moving, right? So his client called me saying he loves the bus, and his client said, hey, we'd like to do what we're here for is for golf. We're here for 3 days. We're doing 4 courses over those 3 days, and we'd like to use the bus for the entire time. So what turned from a couple $100 transfer from Palm Beach to Jupiter, we were able to transform into a 30-hour booking in AD with the round trip transfers, obviously. Yes. And one of the things that I was telling him throughout the time is, okay, so there's 2 ways to look at this. You can look at this the greedy way and be like, okay, I know how long a golf tour takes. I know how long it takes to play. I know what the time is. I know they're going to do 6 hours or more every single day, which they ended up doing pretty much every single day.
Yeah.
So I could say, hey, it's a 5-hour minimum, blah, 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 blah. Or I know that my partner will do a 4-hour minimum. So what I do is how I pitch it to the client is, I know kind of how much time this is going to take, and I know the cost and everything like that. But to the PJ guy, the jet broker, I'm like, but my goal is to provide you the most value and to bring you the most efficient cost. So what we'll do is every day we'll bill for the 4-hour minimum, and then we'll wait and see, and then we'll bill exactly how much they go over. So we can keep your costs down as much as possible. And he was extremely grateful for that. He was like, oh, that's amazing that you're trying to do that, and whatever. And
private jet broker, right? So this person
mm-hmm.
just, and I'm sure everyone's already realized this. This is like, it probably doesn't get much better than that, right?
Yeah.
In terms of like who you want to know, because that person could get you so many of these sorts of clients.
What I find interesting is 2 brokers called on Sunday, which lets me know that people were not picking up the phone. People were not picking. My competition. So I was at Easter events. I was with my family at Easter events.
It's Easter, man.
I pick up the phone. I make the deals happen. I have good partners who are able to make it happen. And we landed 2 PJ brokers on the same day, 2 charter companies on the same day, of which one now has done almost 10,000 in the last couple of days. With that lead that started off at a couple $100. We transformed that to 10,000. It's literally they're literally in the bus right now, going back to the jet. So
So wait, this was Sunday? Like, wow, that's wild. Easter Sunday. That's so crazy. But that all makes sense, right? No one's picking up. It's Easter Sunday. A lot of people, even Sunday, I know this business is 24/7, 365, but yeah, there's probably plenty of days where, especially the bigger companies, their office staff have it off or whatever. A lot of times the owner doesn't want to do it themselves, and it's a perfect opportunity for guys like you. So there's no way. So in one day you met two private jets. When it rains, it pours, right?
Yep. And it's because, again, you guys put us out there and they were looking and they were in a situation where they couldn't find anything. And we answered the phone.
That's good teamwork. I mean, so look, that's appreciate the the shout. It's funny. I didn't even actually know about this.
I didn't tell you.
I did not know about this. When we were talking about, doing this thing, you had just said some things about qualifying that I'm like, well, this guy knows what he's talking about. He'd be a great guest to have on. And here's the thing. Not everyone would have made that connection. They might have gotten the lead. They might have not gotten the client because and don't get me wrong. Like you knew, okay, I gotta you're fishing.
No, because
you gotta, but you do that. Yeah. I shouldn't say that. Obviously you got to do that with everyone. Right.
So what happened was the broker called me. We set up the transfer. Transfer was done. Finito. The client of the broker calls me, and he's the one who engaged the relationship. So for me, the broker, everything was done. So the client called me. So it's another call in. He calls me because he has my number, and he asks. He tells me he basically demands the bus. But part of the thing was I did still qualify him. I'm like, okay, no, we'd love to, help you. Have you ever booked one of these buses before? Are you familiar with the fact that these buses run over $200 an hour? He said, yes, I would love to book it. I'm not worried about that. Run it. So I did still qualify him just to make sure, because you never know why people can get on a PJ many different reasons. You can't just assume,
No. You're right.
I still qualified him. I still did that 100%. I made sure he was familiar with the service, made sure he understood what it's going to cost. And then from there, so what happened was the broker called me back, because the way PJs work is you get like a credit card, or like you might have like a credit with them, like a couple $100,000. Okay. So basically we were running their credited card through the broker. So
okay.
But yeah.
Like a luxury travel broker or something. So the end client loved it so much.
Yes. Because we were done with the broker. There was nothing else.
Yeah. Okay. So it wasn't like, hey, on the first call, hey, you sound like, we should do business.
Nope.
Because at that point, he wasn't sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to see what's the experience, or what does my client most importantly say about the experience?
That's all that matters. Yep.
And that's it. That's it. You make him look good, you're in.
Yes, sir.
Dang. Wow. Man, you just blew my mind there. That's crazy.